Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Super Bowl 58.
So it all comes down to this. We are ready, and Super Bowl 58 off and running from New Orleans. Velus Jones now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And some space here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down.
And while they hope to continue this drive, it's really already mission accomplished. They've given enough space now that if they have to punt the ball, they've done so with that first run.
On second down, ETN once more. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Back to Mixon on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, here's ETN. And he's got some space here. And all the way down to the 35. 58 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of this Super Bowl. Not sure exactly what he saw that made him decide to hand it off, but a great decision and a fantastic run.
From our vantage point, what he saw was a defense that got out of its lanes, got out of its gaps, and they were pretty much running to the quarterback, viewing him as the bigger threat. And look at that wide open space, and he rumbled for big-time yardage.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. It's Mixon on the counter. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see. And they'll call that one every time.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Joe Mixon punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-0 is our score. The NFL on EA Sports continues right after this message. On 2nd and 12, Fields eluding the pressure right. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
51 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Running the counter with Mostert. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. On play action, Fields. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line, and linebacker 2nd level, the secondary the 3rd. When you block it up well, you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Here's Mostert. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Mostert. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Herbert will take it in. Touchdown, Bears. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
On 2nd and inches, Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chains, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
A give to Etienne running right. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 80 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That good for 19 and a first down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. One more time with Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Play action. It's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Off play action. Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From the 50, here's Fields. Going for the deep ball. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. On first down, right back to Etienne. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Etienne once more. And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And able to find Kirk complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And a big 32-yard play on third. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Lawrence rolling to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Jaguars will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The return is Jones from the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And this will be caught by Mooney. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fields going to keep it running right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long.
To throw is Fields.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw.
No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Flush to his right. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught him off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
They go play action with Lawrence.
This is caught. It's Kirk. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Joe Mixon,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Jags are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play. Multiple plays that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On first down, it's Fields.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Now Fields. Left side, got Jones.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
They'll try it now with Mostert.
And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll try and run right on the option. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Fields. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
In search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Here's Fields.
He'll buy some time right.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Fields.
Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Kari Blossom game. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. ETN up the middle. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 9. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end,
Mostert hit, and he drops the ball.
And the Jags grab it.
whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Fields.
They'll roll him out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Sliding out of the pocket. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
On second down, Mostert.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Now it's Fields.
Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout. And the Jaguars have done it. Jacksonville, the Super Bowl champions. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.